What is the process for setting up a business entity? That depends on a couple of factors. To begin with, certain business entity types, generally one business entity type, the partnership or general partnership as we call it, arises by default when two or more individuals begin carrying on any form of activity with the intention of making a profit or loss. Now, with that being said, if the entity arises without doing anything, it arises by default. Other forms of business entity, such as the limited liability company, what we call the LLC more commonly, or the corporation, must be filed publicly in order to come into existence. So what we're going to focus on are those types of entities, the LLC or the corporation, which must be filed with the Secretary of State's office in any state in which you are going to create or originate the business. Now, once a business entity is created in any state, it can be registered as a foreign entity that allows it to do business in any other state. So now, back to the filing process that you do at the Secretary of State's office. To start with, you will reserve your business's name, and that business must generally have a name that has not been taken by another business in the state so that it would create confusion. And then after the business name, you will add the designation, LLC for a limited liability company, INC or CORP or LTD, depending on what the state allows for a corporation. All right, so once you've reserved the name for your company, you can move on to the next step. And that's where you enter in the information that constitutes the articles of organization. Now, it is possible with most Secretary of State websites to upload articles of organization, but you must also fill out the electronic form to allow you to submit it. You may also visit the Secretary of State's website in person or mail in the required forms and articles of incorporation to register the business. The easiest method, however, is that every state in the United States has an electronic that allows you to file the business entity remotely through the internet. To make it even easier, you can enter in all of the information necessary that you would otherwise put in the articles of incorporation directly into the website, so that you don't have to upload external documents.